Well, hello everyone. Welcome to this, my second Packvember video. How's about that? I've actually managed to get 2 of them out, and I don't even really have any physical Packard Bell hardware that I can show you. Not any that I can get my hands on anyway. But, in any case, this is a video that I have been compelled to make because I've been chatting with Elmo3 about his own Packard Bell journey. Now, he has recently had the scenario where he has a machine and he has a hard disk, but the machine is the machine's BIOS does not support the larger capacity of the hard disk. Now, normally you'd think you were, up proverbial creek without a paddle. But, as it turns out, you're not. Because there are pieces of software out there called disk drive overlay programs that you can actually use to trick your BIOS into supporting the larger hard disk. Now, I've used these myself quite extensively. I used them on my Packard Bell Legend Multimedia and on the mighty Gateway 2004 SX33. But there's not actually been a video done in detail where you actually set this up. So I thought I'd have a stab at one today. So what we have here is the Packard Bell horse. You might remember that from the last video. Now, I am actually, at the time of recording this video, I'm actually also recording the last video that I did as well. So it's what we're going to have is a situation where this video has the raw footage ready before the last video does, but the last video will go out first. So a bit of paradoxical time travel there. I'm going to try to not step on any flies, because otherwise Billy Core will have his favourite Sunspark workstation sat where in this timeline his 822 currently sits. I don't like this. So anyway, we have all joking aside and everything. I have theories about somebody's been finagling with timelines, given what we've all been going through in the world. So what we have here is the Packard Bell horse. Now, just to refresh your memories, this machine is, it's an 86 box. It's on a PB410A motherboard, which I do believe only has an upper limit for hard disk support of about 500 and, I think, is it 40 megs or 525? I can't remember. But that is, I think, the limit. Now, in here is a nearly 2 gigabyte hard disk. That's not going to work. So what we're going to do, I've not set any parameters just yet, because sometimes disk drive overlay software will tell you how to set your hard disk up. So what we're going to do is, I've got a program called Ontrack Disk Manager in the drive. Let me just check. Yep, Ontrack Disk Manager 9.57 in the drive. And we are going to press F1 to retry boot. So we can actually boot from this diskette. It's starting MS-DOS. While 86 box can accurately emulate the slow speed of a floppy diskette, you don't get the satisfying mechanical words and clicks and goodness knows what all of a floppy drive. So now we are in the program. It's just loading up, identifying all disks. This can take a while. Oh, look, it's found something. Now, I should have probably mentioned, actually, do you know what? Give me a moment, because I'm going to go back to the BIOS. Right, I might actually have to. So it was unable to locate a hard disk. So check the BIOS settings, cables, power connections, and drive jumper settings. See installing the hard disk. At this point, you have 2 options. You can press Alt-C to attempt automatic system configuration, or press any other key to view the manual. So in the BIOS, I have nothing set. There is no hard disk drive set. But what I am going to do is press Alt-C, see what it does. The software is licensed, yada yada. Can I just press Enter here? So enter the number of drives attached to the primary AT controller. Well, I have 1. Excellent. The CMOS system configuration has been rewritten. Due to this change, the system will need to be rebooted. Then rerun Disk Manager. Press Reset or Control-Alt-Delete when ready. I'm going to press the very satisfying reset button on the front of this Packard Bell. So it says it rewrites the CMOS. How does it do that? Actually, I'm going to find out. So I'm away to eject this disk, actually. So, yeah, I know. Floppy drive's going... Okay, setup utility. It's done it. It's actually... How did it do that? That's witchcraft, that is. It set it as type 10. Look at that. It wasn't... I swear that was not actually set. I wish I'd have done that. There was nothing set in this BIOS. There was no boot device. Wow. So it's set a type. But you will see, actually, that the size is only 406 megabytes. I do apologise for the noise. My neighbour's doing the washing upstairs. So 406 megabytes. But my hard disk is 2 gigabytes. I quite clearly said that. So what do we do? Well, this is where we need to go back and boot from the Ontrack drive overlay diskette. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to commit that to just save that. So now it is booting once again from the Ontrack diskette, starting MS-DOS. There we go. So again, it's a way to load DM1 Disk Manager. Self-checking. That's actually kind of important. I like how it does that because, well, the program obviously has the ability to rewrite to your CMOS. On my Gateway 2000, this program actually told me how I should set the hard disk rather than doing it for me. So maybe on some machines it can do it for you. Maybe on some machines it tells you what you need to do. So, okay, enter, and now we are in the Disk Manager software itself. Now we've got a few options. We're probably going to go for easy disk installation, but just to have a look, we can either view or print the online manual. So let's so if you remember, I gave this a dot matrix printer, so let's print that now. So yeah, so obviously you can hear the noise of the dot matrix printer. That's what we're going to pretend it is. That dot matrix printers sound like washing machines on upper floors. And you can also view the manual, in chapters, how to register. There we go. You can exit the Disk Manager. We don't want to do that. We can go to Advanced Options. So we can create partitions based on predefined sizes or custom sizes of your choice. Maintenance options. You can create an Ontrack boot diskette, manually install, remove, or upgrade any Ontrack driver and run the diagnostics. You can upgrade Disk Manager. So if you've got an earlier version, automatically upgrade Disk Manager and any Ontrack support drivers. Or you can do what we're going to do now and return to the previous menu, and we are going to go for easy disk installation, which is where the Disk Manager will make all of the necessary decisions to install your drive to full capacity. That's perfect. That's what we want. So, whoops. Disk Manager found one drive in the is this drive list correct? 86B_HD00. Yes, that actually is correct. It found it correctly. So, yes, that is correct. Select the operating system you are planning to install. I'm installing DOS Windows 3.1X FAT16, so this is what I'm going to do. Now, it will ask you, it'll tell you what it plans to do and then ask you if it's okay. So it's ready to install Disk 1, 86B HDO. It has a formatted capacity of 2.113 gigabytes. There will be one partition with 2.113 gigabytes. This is your last chance to cancel the installation process. Are you sure you want to continue? Yes, I am. Now, just so you know, if there was any data on this hard disk, that would now be gone. Because, well, you couldn't have read it on the computer you were on anyway, but if there was anything that you really wanted to keep, probably should have backed up beforehand. I should have said that before I formatted this. So, the partitions that have been created are now formatted. Each partition will be accessible as a logical drive letter after rebooting. So what we can do now is we can go off and we can eject this diskette. There we go. It just went ninny. Now, what we need to do is we can press enter if this drive is going to be set up with MS-DOS and Windows 3.1 and you would like Ontrack's enhanced 32-bit disk access driver to be installed. You must run Disk Manager again after the DOS and Windows 3.1 installations are complete. The enhanced 32-bit disk access driver can then be installed by selecting Upgrade Disk Manager from the Advanced Options menu. Okay, that's what that does. So now it's going to explain how this works. So each time you boot from a diskette or CD, you must follow the 3 steps below. And I'm gonna show that to you in this video. If you do not follow this procedure, your operating system, OS, will be unable to access the hard drive correctly and OS installation will fail. Remove the diskette from drive A or the CD-ROM if present. Boot the system from the hard drive and press the space bar or C as soon as the blue Ontrack banner appears. When prompted, insert the boot diskette into drive A or CD-ROM into CD into the CD-ROM and press the space bar. As an alternative, you can create an Ontrack boot diskette. Press F1 or see the online manual for more information. To create an Ontrack boot diskette, press Alt-C, press any other key to skip the diskette creation. Remove the diskette from drive A and when ready, press reset or Control-Alt-Delete to exit. So that is what we are going to do now. So that has been set up. And here's the blue Ontrack logo. So it's now explaining. Press spacebar to boot from the diskette or from C to boot from the CD-ROM. To install an operating system via diskette, insert the first installation diskette in drive A now. Press spacebar when ready. To install an operating system via CD-ROM, insert the installation CD and press C to boot your CD-ROM. If you do not wish to install an operating system now, press Escape to boot from your hard drive. There's nothing on there. Remember, to install an operating system from diskette or CD at another time, you must reboot great grammar, guys. You must reboot your from hard drive. Press spacebar or C when the blue Ontrack banner appears. Insert the first installation diskette or CD and press the spacebar. Well, I'm going to do some of this actually in this video. I will cover this actually in this video because this is a question that people will have. Can I go ahead and restore a Packard Bell even though I've got this drive overlay software running? Is it going to destroy it? Well, I would hope not, but let's find out. So, now that the disk overlay software has been installed, let's go ahead and boot from the floppy disk drive by hitting the spacebar button. I should probably say, though, that now that we have set this hard drive up with Ontrack Disk Overlay, you won't be able to take it out and read it on another computer. It just won't work. That might not be so much of a problem for hard drives, but if you're used to being able to eject a CF card or an SD card from the back or the front of your computer, copy files to it and put it back in and turn the computer on and have the files there, unfortunately, that is no longer the case. I do apologise. I was also asked, can you format your hard drive? Yes, you can actually, because we booted from the hard drive and then used Ontrack to boot from the floppy disk. If I go to chkdsk, see, oh, it doesn't have it. Fdisk, what does that show me? It shows me a 2016 megabyte partition. Perfect. Labeled disk1_vol1. That's not what I want to call it though. So I wouldn't try fdisking. If you need to do that, probably best off going through the disk overlay software. Although I'm going to have to try that. See if I can partition and format. Even after I've installed disk overlay software or disk manager. What we can do though is we can format the drive as usual. I am just going to quick format it, and I put the /S switch there just so that the drive becomes bootable. So yes, we can't unformat it. Yep. Let's call it ms-dos_6. Although you could call it whatever you want. And just for the purposes of this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to eject that diskette. And we are going to, well, we're going to use right control as left alt, but we're going to reset, we're going to hard reset the computer. And, oh, that's not great. Oh, right, okay. Whatever reason it's doing it that way. So there we are. We have the, MS-DOS version 6.2 installed. Look at that. So, yes, and there's very few commands, but we can dir, and yes, the hard disk is bootable. So is it going to continue to nag me? Probably is, because I have a CD in the drive. Let's get a shot of that. Okay, that shouldn't be doing that. Maybe it's because I've only got a bare bones DOS install on here. But what I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead and install the Packard Bell software, and then we'll find out whether this is, whether this nag screen is going to keep coming up. That's kind of troubling, is that. I should have tried installing DOS itself, but hey, we're trying to restore a Packard Bell here. We're not trying to do things manually. So now we have restored the Packard Bell using the February 1995 CD-ROM. So what happens now if I boot up the machine? I've just hard reset it. Indeed, the Ontrack banner comes up, but it no longer nags us about how to boot from a floppy disk or CD-ROM. So there you have it. And we are in Windows. So with that said, that has been a wee look at Ontrack Disk Manager. So I'd like to thank you all for watching this video. I hope you all got a lot out of it. But this is the end of this video now. So thank you all for watching, and please do join me for my next video. I don't know what I'm going to do next. I don't know if I'm going to do another Packvember video. I'm actually thinking about doing, can you make a 406 CD out of a PB640 motherboard? So please do join me for that one. Thank you all for watching, and cheery bye. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button. You could also subscribe to the channel and hit the wee bell icon to be notified when I have published a new video. But until then, please feel free to check out some of my previous videos.